forget about the ones who let you down, but remember to stay gracious for the ones who stuck around.
What can I say about Kiersten Vannest?
What can I say about Kiersten?
What can I say about Kiersten?
Hey, Kiersten.
Hey, Kiersten.
Hey, Kiersten.
Hey, Kiersten, I gotta whisper this because I'm at work.
The Crepe Queen.
Kiersten.
Hair Master.
Like in Snug, Corny Muncher.
The girl who likes goats a lot.
And take everyone.
She's one of my best friends. She's funny, smart, talented, and all those sorts of things that she won't admit that she is. And that from here on out, the name Kristen is a terrible name and I hate it.
Hi, Joan. I have known you for a semester, and you are already one of the most influential people in my life.
Okay, I just want to say I'm so excited to be contributing to this video for you that your amazing friends are giving you. That is so sweet of them, but if there is anyone who is deserving of that, it is you. We all love you so much, and I'm so excited that it's being said this way because it's kind of a necessity.
We've known each other for 3.5 years now, and I just want to say that you helped me through a really dark place that I used to be in.
I wanted you to see that the love that you give out is not only recognized and appreciated, but reciprocated tenfold.
I appreciate you so much and everything that you do.
Before I begin, I just want to make sure that we're on the same page here. I want you to really think about the word appreciate, you know, what it truly means to actually deeply appreciate something on every level of the word's true definition. All of us we truly and wholly appreciate you and everything you do and everything you are to such an extent that we're just glad that this world is graced with your existence.
Kiersten, I love you.
You're an amazing human being. You work really hard.
You're one of the best people I know, hands down.
You're super, super intelligent. You're gorgeous and funny. Like, you're the total package. And then you're also, like, really creative and artsy.
You're just overall anything everything that is Kiersten, like the entity of Kiersten, I just love. It's fantastic.
It's great knowing that there's a person like you in the world, just someone who's just so cheery and happy, and I'm so glad that I can call you my friend.
You're just the cutest person, you're just the hardest working person I know, the crepe master, the Farmington lass, and the hair expert.
Just if I were to pick people in the human race, you would be someone that I would point to and say, you should take her as a role model. I'm dead serious.
Your kindness is so inspiring, and you genuinely make me want to be a better person and make you as happy as you've made me through inspirational sticky notes and pointless works of origami and inside jokes.
Just the little things that you do and just who you are and you just being you impact our lives so much more than you realize.
At a time when I was completely cynical and didn't want to do anything special or didn't even really want to, I mean, this is going to sound dramatic, but didn't want to keep on going. You inspired me to look in all the right places in life, to savor every drop that life can offer.
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have auditioned for The Room, and I wouldn't have met all of these wonderful, amazing, fantastic people that I can already tell are going to be a part of my life.
Oh, hi, Kiersten! We love you! Love you, daughter.
Perfect. I wouldn't have met any of them if it wasn't for you. I thank you so much for that.
I truly think that there are so many things that I wouldn't be doing if it weren't for you. I wouldn't be reading a lot of those, like, Oscar Wilde things that you had me read. Like, now, The Importance of Being Earnest is one of my favorite play books of all time. I have people who come up to me and ask me about script things, and I point them to things like that. I show them your script, Tosca, and say, look, this is a great drama script, and you should look at it.
You're Joe Rowling to me. I tell you that all the time, but you are like the best writer, and to me, she's the best writer.
I use you as an example. I use you as a role model. And that is sort of my way of telling the world, look how bitchin' Kiersten is.
It's just kind of like, who is this magical human being that I'm talking to? And it's you. And you're just amazing like that.
I really hope that you realize how important you've been to me, because you have really helped me through some tough times, just knowing that at the end of this year, no matter how lost I feel on my career path or any path, I can go back to Disneyland, I can have a Bane Gourd night, just hang out with you, hang out with Tulu, hang out with anybody from high school, and it really does help thinking about that.
Our room here in Nomo genuinely feels like home to me, and I have no doubt that it's because of you.
I remember that Miss Smith, she had us write notes to our future selves, and I remember I wrote about you, and I only wrote about like a couple people. I wrote about this one girl who was a senior, and I think it was her, and then you. I'm like, you need to look this girl up. And I just wrote about like how you like meant a lot to me like that year, and I'm not sure you really know that. Like I thought you were like super nice and super smart.
Of all the things that you've been through and all the things that you're going through right now, you have this just insane resilience and this unbreakable commitment to being positive and going on and always making the best of any situation that you're in.
I really look up to you, Kiersten. Well, not physically, but I'm sorry, that was a bad joke.
I think people were kind of just having an okay day, whatever, and they started hanging out with you for like 5 minutes. The day would just get infinitely better.
If it wasn't for our snarky little interactions during interterm, I really don't think I would have survived that class.
We met I think we met freshman year. Okay, I'll bring you back. I'm gonna bring you back to biology. Physics. One of my favorite memories that we had together is when we did Kulik's, it was like the marshmallow. We had to launch marshmallows, and I remember that we drew each other on the marshmallows. I remember that was super cute, and we really bonded. And then also over the same projects, because I was always paired up with you because you were the smartest person in the class, you would always like find ways to like quote Disney movies or like sing like a Disney tune that like perfectly fit into like the physics situation that we were doing, and that was always super fun. And I just loved being in that class with you and using your smarts to help me. It was really great. Thank you for that. I still owe it to you for sure. Also, that's when you started, I feel like, the Spicer in you. Even before, I'm not sure if it was before you had Spicer actually, but it was already there. You were already a flawless literary goddess.
And you were also such a hard worker.
Something's been in, I haven't talked to you about this, but on Karina's film, on Post-Show Blues, when we were filming that, I know you were only there for one day, but the one day that you were there, you were, without a doubt, the most helpful person. Ridiculous. That last section, when it started to get really cold, you know, and it got down to like 30 degrees, which isn't like, I mean, you're from Farmington, it's not like cold, so, I mean, whatever. When it started to get really cold, I mean, I literally had you stand next to a generator and turn it on and off when I shouted at you to do that. The generator was covered in blankets, so you're probably standing there like wanting to use these blankets, but you didn't. And just the fact that you, like, I don't think I heard you complain or anything.
And you're not a complainer, which I think is why a lot of people are able to overlook your hardships. But I see how hard you work firsthand, and it is so admirable to me.
You just powered through it, and oh man, it was ridiculous.
I'm not even sure if you remember this, but this is just a little anecdote I wanted to share. This was back towards the beginning of the year, or the beginning of first semester, when you noticed somebody just outside of Moreland who seemed kind of sad. So the natural Kiersten thing to do was to go inside and get some cookies and put them in a little baggie and give them to him. Just, that was the thing to do. And I remember him coming back to the room. I remember this so specifically because it really, really resonated with me that, you know, he came back and he said thank you and all this, and he wasn't even that sad, but he came back to say thank you just because nobody would ever do that. I remember him saying those words, nobody would do that. And unfortunately, it's kind of true. in our society today, and you're one of the very, very few who would do something like that just because who you are. You're so incredibly kind and giving, and at the same time you're so strong and independent and driven.
You can walk through the door and in 2 minutes flat have me doubled over in laughter on my bed. But at the same time, you are incredibly mature. Like, you are evolved enough to be open-minded and yet opinionated and sympathetic but yet still discerning and logical yet optimistic.
Your smile is, not just saying, the best smile in the world. It just is.
Until humans actually develop means by which we can directly communicate emotions and feelings, I think the closest thing that we are going to have is your smile.
Literally the best smile in the world.
Not only are you so beautiful, you have one of the best personalities of anyone I've ever met.
I think it's not just your mouth either, I don't think. It's like you have like the very, I don't even
There's a lot of nice people in this world, but there aren't people who like you genuinely feel you can like be bettered by hanging around them. You make everybody a better person. Like, you make them more considerate and you make them more thoughtful and smarter with your genius tutoring that you gave me all throughout high school.
It's just like your mouth in combination with like your cheeks and your eyes. Like, your eyes just kind of glow all the time. I think that whole combination.
Thinking back to high school when things were simpler and having you and Tulu always there brightening my day, it's great to think back to then, because those were really times when I really took advantage of how happy I was.
And no matter how depressed I get, whenever I'm around you, that just kind of fades away, and you have that effect. I can't see going through this without you.
You put up with so much ridiculous crap from me. I couldn't put up with that much ridiculous crap. I cannot thank you enough in the world for that.
Your crepes are out of this world.
I see Oscar-winning movies, and I think, she could make that. You know, you have the style, you know what you're doing. You can go wherever you want to. All it takes is you being you.
You're just so you. I don't know. You're so true to yourself and everything you do.
You have that talent. You can do what you want to do. I have more faith in you than I have in me. Let's be honest here.
I have so much respect and appreciation for you. If it were me, I would have buckled under the pressure a long time ago. I can tell you, I certainly would not be at a university like Chapman doing what you're doing and still making countless people smile and appreciate you and all that you are every single day.
You know, when I say, you know, that I have faith in you and that I think everything will work out, I mean it.
You like to talk about interesting things. You're an intellectual, which I love. But at the same time, you're still approachable. You know, you have the most likable mix of confidence and self-deprecating humor of anyone I've ever met.
You're such a rare spirit. You know, there's nobody else out there really like you.
One of the most smiley, radiant, happy, energetic people in existence, probably.
I don't think I've ever had a friend that I've felt more at ease with in my whole life. And I'm so grateful to have gotten you as a roommate.
So I don't really know where to go from here. I could say so much more. I could go on all day. I could keep rambling. But instead, because I know you've seen this, and you'll probably get it, I'm just going to quote Star Trek and say, I have been and always shall be your friend. And I know that sounds silly, and I know it's something that Spock said in Star Trek, but I know that you've seen it, so you'll probably get the reference. But I mean it. I really, really do.
I gotta go, but you're amazing, and don't you ever forget it, because if you do, I don't know why you would ever forget that, because you look in the mirror like every day, so why would you forget that you're beautiful and amazing?